All right, welcome back to this series between UT El Paso and Mississippi State University. We are in Champ Select for Game 3. MSU is currently down 2 games. So we'll see how the rest of this game goes. I am joined by a co-caster, finally. This is Ryan the Renegade. He's one of our officers here at Mississippi State. Yeah. You can say hi, Ryan.
All of the pro strats or anything, but I do know very well the mechanics and like the compositions and stuff like that.
Sure, and basically you're just here so I have someone to talk to and don't.
I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that.
Okay, so we see pretty much the same bans come out from both teams, and UT El Paso picks up the Swain first pick. MSU has been kind of worried about that. They did ban it the first game, and actually was banned by UT game 2. Looks like MSU's just going to comfort picks for their players. That's probably a Trundle top. Almost certainly not jungle, like we saw last game.
Really? Trundle jungle.
Yeah, that's the thing now.
They've been running Swain mid or Swain top?
It could be either one. It hasn't been played so far.
Really?
Yep. And we see Mexico Magnus going for the Shaco. He is somewhat of a Shaco one-trick from what I understand, and MSU has opted to leave it up on purpose here.
That's a tough pick.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. MSU seems to think it won't be that big a deal, but
right now it's looking a little bit like if MSU can just stall to the late game, they should be in a lot better standing. Except for the Swain. Swain seems
yeah, Swain is definitely strong at pretty much all stages of the game. Shaco does fall off somewhat towards the later game, and he is not a tank like we've seen in the past 2 games, and it looks like MSU will also opt to put a carry in the jungle with the Nocturne. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Fop play something like the Galio, something with a lot of follow-up on the Nocturne. We'll have to see what they go for as the second round of bans starts. What do you think so far, Ryan?
I'm not quite sure of what the compositions are looking like quite yet. It's looking like Mississippi State's going to try to go for the long call.
Yeah, and both the game. Well, game 2 went pretty late, and almost went MSU's way in some of the fights. But oh, by the way, for the chat who seems to think that I'm casting with Ryan, aka Papa Sims, I am not.
No.
This is not Papa Sims. If anybody was confused.
No, this is the Bronze 2 Ryan, not the head honcho Ryan.
Feel free to spam your best bronze caster memes if you have any. I know I do. You can't spam them at me though. I'm plat. So get out of
here. I'm in a slump. I like to just at least get silver 5, and then after that I'm content with life. I'm content with life after silver, even though it's the same thing.
Oh, if we
Tristana.
Yeah, if we look back at the draft. Yeah, we saw UT actually ban the Kaisa, which Xanarchy does not play at all. He does not like that champion. I'm not sure why they're banning it. I don't think he's played it even once.
Gen Alistar, that's a...
Yeah. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So with that, with the Shaco, and with what is probably going to be their top laner, if I had to guess, it's not going to be the Teemo. He's been hovering that every single game. Unless it is the Teemo, I guess it could be.
I mean, they've already got a Shaco pick. Why not?
Yeah, it looks like it will be the Darius. Okay, so
they got a pretty powerhouse team
in game 1. Yeah, they are trying to smash MSU in this game 3. MSU opting for a pretty similar comp overall to last game, with the exception of the jungle. Really, you've got a kind of a hyper carry as he hovers the Quinn. Hyper carry ADC, recon support, tanky top laner, at least semi-tanky. The difference is this carry jungler for both.
I'm going to say, I think if MSU can just stall a little bit into the game and let some of these early game champions kind of fall off, they should be in really good standings. They've got a pretty good engage or disengage composition, so it can go either way.
Yeah, I think MSU could definitely have the upper hand in team fights, assuming they don't let the Swain, don't let the Darius just completely take over the game.
Yeah, that's going to be a big problem coming up.
And if they can get fights while Ezreal's kind of in his early game power trough, then they might be able to make some stuff happen around bot lane. So if I'm MSU, that's probably where I'm going to be looking to make stuff happen in the early game, and probably turn my attention towards mid lane as the Ezreal, starts to ramp up. For UT, they're probably just going to want to shut down Magnolia Man like they have been. He's a really big point of power for MSU in a lot of their games. They're probably not going to be able to get a whole lot done onto MSU's bot lane. Tristana Rakan is pretty damn safe, and Azir is too. So we gotta wait 2 minutes for the spectator delay. Ryan, what have you been up to today?
App development, and that's about it. It's not the funnest.
That's about okay. Well, I slept in, and then I went to campus, and I quote tutored. Yeah. Basically, I just sit around and
that's in your life.
Come and need help. Yeah, I didn't even go to class today. I just skipped, and just doesn't matter. Attendance isn't mandatory, and I have an A in the class anyway. So,
gotta love not mandatory attendance.
Yep. Only I think 2 of my classes actually have mandatory attendance. So I am living free in my last semester at Mississippi State.
Are you exempt from all your finals?
Hell no, dude. No, I actually have a final on a Saturday, which makes me contemplate suicide just a little bit.
How about our what is it? 8 a.m. computer science. They have their final on a Saturday for the 8 a.m. class.
Oh no. Yeah, that's
not so good. Brutal.
Yeah, mine is like Saturday on at noon or something, so I get to sleep that day.
They're doing all of ours before even finals because the professors don't want to go.
Yeah, I think I actually have a final scheduled for the day I'm supposed to graduate, so that's
really. I thought seniors got to take their finals early.
That's news to me.
That's how it's been for me, or that's how it's been, to my knowledge, always.
Well, maybe I should ask about it. I've never heard such a thing. Looks like we will start loading into game very shortly. Thank God. Thank Riot. Thank somebody. And it's all on the line for Mississippi State at this point. If they lose this game, the series is over. They'll be going to the third place match against, I believe, Texas Christian University, who
So if they win this, who would they play?
I believe they would be playing UT San Antonio.
Ooh.
Which they actually did beat UT San Antonio just a few days ago in a different tournament entirely. Yeah, so UT El Paso came into this tournament as the first seed because of their strength during the regular season. So it's fair to say they're favorites to win the whole thing. In the regular season match, MSU actually did take one game off of them in the best of three. I hope MSU can take at least one game here. We see all of MSU on super comfort picks, so we might see something happen here. Smite and Ignite on the Shaco with Dark Harvest. Yeah, he wants to kill people. He wants to kill a lot of people.
Now on Rakan, do you not take Aftershock, or is Airy more common? I don't know. I don't know the higher ALO meta.
So I'm actually not sure. I should clarify, the UTSA team that was beat by MSU a few days ago, I believe was actually their B team. So I think there was an angry UTSA player in the chat claiming that we did not beat them, and that's technically true, I suppose. Anyway, we do get into game here. Ryan, I'm gonna let you solo cast this. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Best of luck. We'll both of us will. Oof.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We see UT going for a invade here. Looking for some kind of play. Got some chat. I don't think MSU is going to respond to that chat, and if they do, it's probably going to be Flame. See some taunts from Fop. On the Azir. About your question, the area on the Rakan, I think that's pretty common now.
Interesting.
Just gives a little bit more poke, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a support player, and when I do play support, I do not play Rakan. I've never played with a Rakan as an ADC, so I have no idea what he does except knock people up, really. He knocks people up, he charms them. I don't know. It looks like our observer at the moment is actually bronze. So we are actually seeing the game several seconds ahead of the stream.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly. Looks like Papa Sims was messing with the time controls a little bit, so we'll just assume that gets worked out and proceed as normal.
No, they're pretty on par with us.
Well, maybe I'm bronze. It's probably fine. We see MSU in the bot lane getting priority, getting the push, getting level 2 first. That's, of course, what they want, or at least what's going to happen with the Tristana. Meanwhile, up in the top side, the Darius is pushing in Trundle a little bit, kind of zoning him away from his CS.
Trundle and Darius isn't too bad. You just gotta play back a little bit early until you get your Q maxed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, as long as he doesn't get the lead, the top lane I mean, in my experience, but this is my bronze experience, it's a pretty good Trundle lane matchup. Now, the Azir and the Swain, I can't say the same for that.
I think, again, I'm not a mid laner, so I don't really know that much, but I think Azir is going to kind of win the lane naturally, but of course, depends on the mid laner's relative skill levels. We see the Shaco coming in for his first gank. Doesn't get any summoner spells, so Fop is completely okay with that. Nocturne opting not to return a gank anywhere on the map.
So it looks like everybody's trying to play pretty safe. Oh, we got some action bot lane.
Yep, and like I mentioned earlier, Tristan is super safe, can just rocket jump away to safety.
I feel like that's a pretty good aggressive or disengaged.
Looks like Trundle's probably gonna die here. Not quite. Both flashes get burned, but that's definitely gonna give lots of pressure to that Darius.
That Darius and
wow, lots of damage onto Fop in the mid lane as well from the Swain. Comboing his abilities together, ripping out those soul fragments. Shaco going for a gank on the bot side. Will throw down the box, but not really get any damage on MSU's bot lane.
Oh, like we get a gank going on top lane.
Yeah, and Magnolia Man has to be super careful, or they could end up getting 1v2'd, but he will pick up the kill.
Hopefully they can get that Trundle steamrolling.
Yeah, first blood for MSU. Magnolia Man is ecstatic about that. If he can take over this lane, that is a win condition for MSU. He's very often like almost a primary carry for this team when he does pop off.
Looks like Sheka may be coming in for somewhat of a gank, or maybe he's just waiting.
He's in the tri-bush, but Nocturne is there to answer. Looks like the two junglers will meet at Gromp. But Shaco will just back off, take the bush out. MSU's bot lane tries to collapse, but Shaco just walks away with the blast plant. Looks like both top laners teleported back to lane. Nothing unusual there. They will continue fighting as top lane bruisers are wont to do.
Looking like both teams are wanting to play pretty safe.
Yeah, that's to be expected. We do see an engage coming in on the bot side, but once again, Tristana, hard to engage onto. CS staying pretty even despite the Alistar's repeated attempts to try to kill that Tristana.
Let's see.
If we look at the top lane, even though Magnolia Man got that kill, Slant Lord is maintaining a pretty sizable CS lead. So he may need Nocturne to come back up there and relieve some of that pressure.
I don't know if Phil's gonna be able to get him going ahead. At least until he gets some. He's got to get some lifesteal or something if he's gonna plan on taking down Darius.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably going to go for the Trinity Force build, which I think is actually pretty greedy. Probably not advisable into the Darius that has a lead on you, but he appears to disagree with that philosophy. That is, of course, Magnolia Man's style. He tries to kill his lead
maybe
opponent every
getting
time.
something going on top lane.
Shaco's trying something. If Magnolia Man steps too far up, he's just gonna get absolutely destroyed. Looks like Fop is trying a Shurima Shuffle. The Nocturne does come, but MSU has to be careful or that Demon Flare will do significant damage. They will pick up the Swain, but if we look back at the top side,
Oh.
Magnolia Man getting taken down by that Shaco who was just laying in wait that whole time. And after that trade of kills across the map, the gold lead is basically non-existent. MSU up a few coins here and there. Nothing to write home about. Looks like they
going to red buff.
Yeah, they will grab that. And
Ooh,
also,
Ezreal picked up the red.
Oh no, this is not looking good for MSU's jungler. The heal will go to the Rakan instead of the Nocturne. That's actually a completely wasted summoner spell there. Xanarchy should have known who that would go to. Nocturne was too far away. Unfortunate waste there. But again, 1-for-1 trade, and the gold stays roughly even.
Oof. Almost knocked up on his.
Oh, I just noticed, if we look, actually, 2 of MSU's kills are on the Rakan. So,
Oof.
that's pretty rough. So it's actually deceptive. That means UT is actually going to be a fair bit stronger compared to MSU because their kills are on people who matter as far as damage. Not to imply supports don't matter, but
support lives matter. Support lives matter.
Support lives matter, yeah. Just not in terms of doing damage. Good pillar there, keeps Magnolia Man safe.
I guess all the lanes are looking to just stall it out so they can get their first item, really.
Yeah, I don't disagree. We still got Swain working on that Rod of Ages, and so you're trying to get that Nashor's Tooth. Looks like with that cloth armor, Israel's actually going to opt to get the Iceborne Gauntlet. Definitely a safer choice compared to the... Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
a great play from that Alice.
Oh!
But looks like
Nice.
we'll get away unless he's cut down by the Ezreal ult, which does go wide. Rakan stays alive. They keep trying to get him, but he's a little too slippery.
Looking like gonna lose Rift Herald.
Yep, looks like Shaco will just be able to take that completely uncontested without MSU knowing at all. It's one of the benefits of Shaco, I guess. You can have your clone tank it while you sit behind it and hit the eye over and over again.
True.
Alright, at this point we're seeing some CS leads start to pile up in top and bot for UT. Pretty even in the mid lane, pretty even in the jungle. But if you look at what they're building, this Darius has picked up the Ninja Tabi, so Trundle's going to have a really hard time fighting him at all. And even if Nocturne comes to help, they're both auto-attack based champions. That Ninja Tabi's going to drastically reduce the effectiveness of both champions. Rakan gets a big knock-up, but will be pretty much canceled out by the teleport coming through from Darius and the gank from Shaco.
Looks like they're going to try to just take out the bot lane.
Yeah, and what MSU needs to do on this point is try to go and make something happen or respond quickly if they can to this play on bot side.
Looks like we got AZ or Nocturne coming in.
Yep, but Shaco is there first. They do get the... Oh wow, so they do actually get 2 back. Looks like they may get the Shaco as well, but I do not think they'll get the Darius unless he stays. Okay, so MSU, they do lose the tower, the first tower, but they do pick up 3 kills.
That's kills you on all the right people.
Yeah, and they're going on this Darius. They will pick that up pretty easily. Unfortunately, goes onto the support once again. So even though MSU has a slight gold lead now, most of that is actually on the support. In fact, all of it is. And wow, that is really unfortunate. Swain actually goes in. This Demon Flare could be huge, could take down all of MSU here. And that is not a fight that MSU wanted to take at all. I believe Eric might get taken down by the chase from the Alistar with the Moby Boots here. Looks like Alistar will keep coming and will not get the kill on Eric, so MSU secures the Drake but loses 2 at that Dragon. Yeah, that's just the power of Swain, isn't it?
I thought he got a little bit of a nerf. Was it a few patches ago? Or maybe.
I believe he got a nerf this patch, but I think it was mostly to his early laning. So at this point, I think his ult was untouched by the nerfs. I could be wrong. But if you notice, he did have 5 stacks there, and he was in the middle of 4 people, so he's able to get the Demon Flare off very quickly, and that does a ton of damage, especially to all these people that have no magic resistance whatsoever.
Looks like it's pretty even CS. Blue side's got a bit more going in.
Yeah, and it's actually deceptive. Like I said, UT, excuse me, has a pretty big actual lead at this point because so much of MSU's gold is on Eric. Yeah, you see both teams just kind of posturing in the bot side jungle. Eric might try to make something happen here. He does have the quickness up. Looks like he is looking, but will not commit. Oh, we see the Shurima shuffle. Swain will be popped instantly. Great opportunistic play from MSU. And Eric, Brian, tell me who got the kill there.
You're a little ahead of me. I don't know how, but you are.
Oh, well, what I was going for there was for you to tell me who it was, and then I would say, yeah, it wasn't the Rakan. Great.
Hey.
So thanks for thanks for not setting me up for that.
Well, as soon as you said it, I was looking around. I didn't know what you were talking about. I don't know
fortunately now, MSU has an actual gold lead now that isn't completely on the supports.
I mean,
go ahead.
Full Rakan, full AP Rakan, AP hybrid tank. What could go wrong?
Dude, you're bringing those bronze strats out. I want to see it. I want to see Eric go for that hard carry.
Hey, that's all about that bronze life. Just family enough. That's the only thing you can do.
Hey, maybe bronze, maybe they're actually the best players. Maybe you guys are just better.
I mean, I can attest to that. That is not a true statement.
Wow. Actually, a great spell shield there from only 12 shots prevents that Darius ult from cutting him down.
It's like MSU's picked up the goal lead.
Yeah, this is good. This is kind of what we saw game 1. And hopefully we won't see a repeat for MSU's sake, where they just kind of threw their lead away. Looks like Shaco's going for a kill onto Magnolia Man. He will be able to get it. That Shaco with the lethality is just super strong. He's got the completed Duskblade. Fop going for the 1v1 onto Thor. Will be able to get it pretty easily, I think. He does finish it, and the teleport from Darius comes in a little late.
Looks like he's still going for it.
Yep.
If they can get the CC off,
yeah, that's brutal.
I don't know if I'd go back in on that.
Darius is still going to die, though.
Looks like they're going to collapse on him.
Yep. Yep. That was a good old Fortressana there. Yep, the Shaco just keeps going on the top side. And the Colts just back to even once again.
It's like MSU is focusing a bit more kill-wise, whereas other teams going for more objective base.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and to an extent, anyway. But UT is just kind of being enabled by the threat of this Shaco. It can be anywhere, and like I've said before, MSU's vision has been pretty abysmal throughout this series. So that definitely doesn't help the situation.
Not too much going on. I think everybody's just trying to farm up. MSU going on the defense, keep the towers they got.
Yeah, I think at this point, Ezreal's got two of his completed items. He's still working on stacking one of those up. Oh, we see a play onto the Swain. He will be taken down. Swain showed a pretty powerful ult earlier, but is largely just a freestanding goal for MSU so far this game. Looks like that pick may enable MSU to take the second elemental Drake. Fortunately, it is a wind Drake, usually considered the weakest. How does Bronze feel about Cloud Drake? Do you guys even take it ever down there, or?
My personal opinion is if you really don't have people who rely on movement speed like Karam, Rammus, I really don't care for it. But in Bronze, if they see a dragon, they have to have it.
Okay.
That's sad. That's a sad fact. But in this case right here, it looks like it'll keep MSU's gold lead up.
Yeah, it's it's something. It'll help them rotate, which is gonna be probably pretty important in this game. I believe it gives in-combat move speed too now, so that'll help keep Fop and Xanarchy safe in team fights.
Yeah, it can definitely help the Nocturne and the Azier hunt down whoever they can get. It's like they're gonna get.
See this weird overextension from MSU. They do avoid getting sucked into a disadvantageous team fight, but they kind of over-indexed on the importance of getting Alistar there, I think. Didn't end up costing them their lives, though, so it's okay.
Looks like they're going to recover that tower from that huge minion wave, give it a lot of CS on the Azier.
And if we look at top, the Trundle from Annoying Man actually has over 1,000 gold on the Darius. I'm not sure if he can fight him 1v1 though, even with that advantage.
It's like both teams were really just wanting to play pretty passive going into this last game that would put MSU out.
Yeah, MSU knows if they lose this, it's all over. And UT, on the other hand, they know if they lose this, they, there's always the possibility of the reverse sweep. You see it in, the pro leagues pretty regularly where a team thinks they're going to sweep and then they lose a game and they just lose all momentum. Maybe their mental gets in a bad state.
Cough, cough, 100 Thieves.
Yeah. That's not exactly what happened, but in that game, they got the Baron stolen from them, and then they just tilted for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Oh, only 12 shots, actually able to force out the Shaco. So we may be seeing that point where the Shaco just loses its ability to be that scary. At least to the non-carries of MSU.
But both teams were wanting to get some vision.
Trying to do something. Big flash play comes through, and kind of messes up on the rocket jump. Gets taken down. That's first death of the game.
Blow.
Yeah, just kind of unlucky there. Guess you could say it was a misplay. I say it's just kind of unlucky. But maybe Avada on that Alistar just knew how to time it. Oh, and the Darius going for big plays, but will not take down Eric.
It's like this is going to be an uncontested Baron, and MSU's going to opt to take the bot tower instead.
It looks like only 12 shots might try something as he grabs this red buff. I think he kind of has to.
Oof.
And they just let them have it, even though they had all 5. Questionable macro play there from MSU. I think they probably should have tried something. I mean, Swain didn't have his ult stacks, and I mean, Ezreal was strong, but I don't know.
I think they're going to go for more of their pick and choose battle play style that they've been going with, picking people out when they can, instead of the team fights.
Yeah, and maybe they just decided they need to wait a little bit longer before they go for the team fights. Even Shaco at this point is still definitely a threat to the carries if they overcommit, and if Darius has some kind of teleport flank or something, that could absolutely tear MSU apart. So definitely just trying to pick their battles here. Looks like the Shaco may get spotted out here. If he will actually get absolutely exploded by MSU.
Now here's the question: does the bomb stay on him if he goes invisible?
From what I saw, it actually did. The clone didn't have the bomb on him, so MSU knew immediately which one was which. However, they kill him, but they do lose their mid tower. They're probably going to lose it anyway, so good on MSU. That Nocturnal may be a little hyphy as it goes into 4 people, and MSU does not have their AD carry. Again, this is kind of like what we saw game 1, just overreaching for fights they do not need to take. I mean, if the game continues on this trajectory, it's UT El Paso going to win, and they did pick up that Earth Drake, so it's gonna kind of compound the issues for Mississippi State. Definitely very poor series from MSU so far. Maybe they can turn it around here in game 3.
So far, it's not looking like they got their team fights together, but they've got a good catching people out, picking up on mistakes game.
Maybe. It looks to me like there's just big communication issues. When only 12 shots went in for that Nocturnal, he should have known that it wasn't just going to be the Swain. And he also should have known that his AD carry wouldn't be there in time to help with the fight. So, maybe it's a problem where the Tristana just, indicated that they would be at the fight, or Nocturne just blindly went in. I'm not sure, but it seems indicative of some communication problems from Mississippi State. See a 1v1 breakout between the top laners and the bot lane, and Nocturne does come in. Yeah, that Darius is gonna go down pretty easily, and that is actually a fight. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a fight MSU does want. But it's kind of turning into one they don't want really quick. Shaco goes in, assassinates the Trundle. Will look to continue. Yomu's popped by only 12 shots, just trying desperately to get away. Alistar comes in, picks up Eric, will be taken down. Summarily executed. But even now, the gold is so damn even between these two teams, and they just like games 1 and 2, they just keep throwing back and forth these weird fights.
Hopefully that gold lead that fought all that gold Fop just got will help him. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Good Shurima shuffle. Nocturne does pick up the Ezreal, but Xanarchy completely, strangely goes into the middle of an ulting Swain and Alistar. Very questionable follow-up on that play. Good initiation. And that's
like we got the Nocturne running to their base, try to get the execution maybe?
He won't get it.
He had flash up.
Yeah, it really just looks like MSU is tilted or shut down something. Although, you know, for UT El Paso, even if they do complete this 3-0, it's been very sloppy games from them too, honestly. They did not play as well as they could have by any means.
I feel like they got their team fights together a lot more. They're definitely dominating the team fight game, but as far as it comes to individual picks, I'd say that goes to MSU.
I agree to an extent. The Nocturne ults have, to an extent, been pretty good at picking people off from UT that just step out of line a little bit. There have been a few pretty questionable ones.
It's when they don't know where I feel like the vision is kind of the downfall. If they go for these picks and they don't have any vision, here comes the other 4, and it usually ends in a lot of MSU deaths.
Yeah, and to be fair, if we look at the vision score, MSU has been doing somewhat better at the vision game, but if we look at the Alistar's vision score, it's a fair bit higher than Eric's, and just like it has been all 3 games. Looks like the level 18 Shaco is just going to destroy.
Barely dodged the Alistar knockup.
Yeah, wow. Wow, the Shaco is actually level 18, while MSU has one member that is level 11. And we see another just weird fight from both teams. Nothing really happens, but questionable from both.
Seems like there's a lot of playstyle differences going on here. A lot of members wanting to go in, a lot of members not wanting to engage.
Yeah, I'm honestly inclined to kind of give up on trying to read these teams' minds. It's kind of hard to know what they're thinking when they're taking fights like
this
that.
Is a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, Trundle coming in. The Nocturne ult does come in. Does not get the smite. Looks like Magnolia Man, without flash, will be taken down as well. As UT did secure that second Baron. And Shaco continues the chase. Turns away, but
MSU's opting to play it safe. I think that was the all or nothing right there for him, though.
Yeah,
it'd be hard to come back from that one. 2 Barons.
Yeah, I believe in all 3 games, MSU has been forced to attempt to steal, and it has not worked out in any of them. So looks like they'll probably be losing 2 inhibitor towers here. At least 1 up in the top lane, unless Fop can get a good amount of damage. Darius rotating bot, just keep taking more objectives.
I don't know. It's
Wow, Eric literally
opting
just
to go in, but out. Doesn't look like there was everyone there to follow through with it.
Yep, this is yikes. Well, fortunately for MSU, they did pick off Reclaimers Ezreal, so they probably aren't going to lose right now, but the Alistar does come through. That might almost seal the deal if they can pick up another kill or 2. Shaco goes in, almost 1 shots, only 12 shots. UT has the wave. They pull in the Trundle, but also knock him away. They will lose the inhibitor here.
It's looking like this is probably game.
Yeah. Both teams, neither team should honestly feel good about what they just did here. Maybe you could say that UT El Paso is just playing to the level of their opponents or something like that. But it looks to me like both teams just have big problems in choosing their fights, big problems with communication. Whew.
Sorry if I'm a little distracted. So we did a lab for intro computer science last week, and we had it completely done. All my partner had to do was submit it, and I didn't know if it would give me the notification that he submitted it or anything. He just submitted it at 11 o'clock, and it was due at 9 o'clock, even though we were done with it last week.
Amazing.
So,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And lab's worth a pretty good chunk, so I'm trying to get in touch with my TA.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Looks like UT is going to look for another fight here. MSU is opting into this, and they're just going to get destroyed by this Swain, by this Ezreal. And
yeah,
this
looks
is
like
going to be
that's a
game
last-ditch
right
effort.
now. Yep.
That's
Shaco
definitely
picks
game.
up the ace. We're going to see UT El Paso complete the 3-0 and advance to the finals of the American Collegiate Esports League Season 2 tournament. So, congratulations, UT El Paso. MSU will be playing in the 3rd place match, I believe, against TCU, probably next week, question mark. So we haven't seen the end of either of these teams, despite the 3-0.